What's going on? Welcome back to Financial Journey. So today we're going to talk to you about NIO. I want to go over some of the current data points, break it down on what's been coming out that is really going to affect NIO, and go over everything else that you need to know. But first, make sure to hit that thumbs up, and with that, let's get right to it. So starting off, there hasn't been all that much in NIO news as of late. So last official news came out on October the 1st. Plenty of unofficial things have been coming out that I've been sharing with you, partnerships and whatever else, but there's been one thing that really kickstarted NIO's rally right here, and that was the stimulus. And then, of course, secondary run was attributed to more so the European tariffs being taken off. But obviously, since then, things haven't really gone according to plan. But there was this that just came out yesterday. So China offers $325 billion in fiscal stimulus for ailing economy. So previously, don't quote me exactly, but I think it was $142 billion was the stimulus. So this far exceeds that. So imagine what is going to come to NIO's stock price once the market does encumber this $325 billion. So amazing stuff. And the reason why big money was really starting to pay attention to NIO because of the stimulus is because NIO is a very big discounted play. A couple different ways to view that as, one of which is this individual posted just comparing Tesla in 2018 to NIO for this year for deliveries and just comparing the market cap. Of course, right now, in theory, you would assume that with the US dollar kind of being stretched since and comparing it to 2018, it would be far exceeding that. That's even if obviously NIO did the 245,000 vehicles. So that's one way to view it. Another way that I like to compare it is just looking at PS. Some people don't like it, saying that you can't compare NIO to an American automotive maker, but I think you can in some cases. But yeah, the PS ratio for NIO is 1.5 and the future is 1.1. So very, very discounted. So once again, that's what drew a lot of big money to NIO about that. So once the market does start to really, and this kind of gets out, that is going to be absolutely phenomenal for the stock price. And then aside from that, like I said, the whole stimulus, which gave it a nice run up, has somewhat been argued and getting pushed back slightly, but there was this that did come out as well. And so China's hitting back, I believe, with brandy of all things. So they're imposing potential 35 or 40% on European brandy. So yeah, this is going to, I don't know if it's going to get ugly, but in my opinion, China is a superpower. Europe, no offense to a lot of Europeans, but like they're in a losing game. So if they're going to go into a trade war or like a tariff war with China, they're going to get their ass handed to them. So in my opinion, I think it's just a matter of time before Europe does fold and just kind of once again quashes the whole European car tariffs. So yeah, I think that will be very good, and potentially once that was announced, it was kind of getting priced out. So in reality, long story short, the two reasons why NIO is ran up from roughly around $3 to the high of around $7, they're kind of back on the table. So in reality, this is where you could see a very significant upside. Even a lot of analysts who previously were bearish on Chinese stocks in its entirety, you're seeing them kind of insinuating that you're going to see a lot higher runs. And so yeah, I think bigger and better things are going to be coming for NIO. Just patience. You just have to weather the storm and a lot of the manipulation, especially with shorts. So on Friday, shorts did return 818,000 shares. 12.61% of the free float is being shorted. So that's what we're going into this upcoming week with. 168.4 million shares overall are being shorted. Cost to borrow average is 3.04, and then utilization is 93.07. It has been a while since I've seen the, I guess, cost to borrow minimum being negative, so manipulation. And in case you guys don't know, with cost to borrow minimum being negative, that does mean a broker out there is physically paying people to short NIO, as messed up as that is. But regardless, that seems to have gone away momentarily, but shorts, in my opinion, are still just lingering unnecessarily. So I don't know if they're still anticipating some negative data or whatever else, but NIO is a huge discount play. And in the States, there's not a lot in data points coming out, so it's going to be more of a technical driven week. So the algos in theory could just naturally, even this week, subtract all the news I just talked on, like the algos could really be propelling NIO higher. For this week. So I think bigger and better things are coming. Obviously, you guys do your own due diligence, and sometimes my crystal ball is wrong, but I think if you are investing in NIO, you have to invest for the long term based on options from Friday. Rather low, so 387 mil for the calls, 1.5 million for the puts. So you haven't really seen that much, I guess, attention being paid to NIO in the form of that. Same goes for common stock and just big money. So even though big money was really pushing it higher previously, over the last several trading days, there's been dismal transactions, and all of them have been sells for whatever reason, maybe just profit taking, reorganization, or whatever. But yeah, I think once big money does really start to see this news, as well as the tariffs kind of getting taken off, which should be coming probably in the next week, because I believe that they have up until the end of October 30th, to kind of finalize all their negotiations, then this is what will really propel NIO significantly higher. On the actual chart itself, looking at the open interest, you see a good consensus for it to be kind of around that 850 once again, or more oriented, I guess, to around that $7 range for this upcoming week. And then looking at the puts, you see a consensus for it to be sub kind of all over the place in reality, so between that like 6 to 650. So in my opinion, there still is a lot more upside for NIO. One saving grace that you need to really watch for is this pivot. So $6.12 is going to be that strong support. But in theory, since it did bounce off of that, whenever you bounce off of a strong support or resistance point, this is where you do see some signs of consolidation. So that could, alongside with the recent news, could propel it back into easily that 7s or 8s. So yeah, what's your guys' thought on all that? Don't forget to hit that thumbs up and subscribe. Hopefully everyone's having an amazing weekend thus far. Two things I want to share with you though. Make sure you guys definitely take advantage of this promo. It does give you 5 free stocks. Each stock is valued up to $2,000. Then over and above that, I did just launch a lot of different levels for my memberships under YouTube. So if you like my NIO content and want to support the channel, definitely consider joining as a member, whether you just want to support or if you want buy and whatever signals for options and stocks. Definitely something to take note of. But yeah, with all that, appreciate all of you guys watching.